Hello friends, in today's lesson we're gonna use conditional styles to determine if a radioactive image is gonna appear or not on a product label. For example, let's pick on this cable management box. So we're gonna add a new field called radioactive, and it's gonna be a checkbox. Because the checkbox is not checked right now, we're gonna print labels, and then we're gonna select Dymo and print it. And because the checkbox is not checked, we should not see a radioactive image on the product label. So we're gonna open the product label, and we see cable management box, and we don't see an image. But we're gonna check the radioactive checkbox, and we're gonna save. We're gonna go to print labels again, and this time we're gonna select Dymo again, and then we're gonna print. And because this checkbox was checked, we should see a radioactive image on the product label. Okay, so we see cable management box, and then we see a radioactive image because of the checkbox. So we're gonna build a module that does this using conditional styles. So to begin, as a requirement, we need the product and the stock module installed, and I went ahead and created this new database called video is radioactive. So to do this, we're gonna make a brand new module, and I'm just gonna go to Visual Code, and I'm gonna make the new module here, and we could just give it whatever name we want. I'm just gonna name it add radioactive image. It could be whatever we want, and we're gonna create the init file and the manifest file. And for the manifest file, is a dictionary, and I just have it on this text file, so that I don't have to copy the whole dictionary. But every module needs this, so, and I'm just gonna add it on my manifest. And we need the product module. This module depends on the product module, so we're just gonna add it here, and we're gonna add a name, add radioactive image, and save it. And for the module, we're gonna need more folders, like the models. And we're gonna need the views folder. Now that's inside the models folder. Yeah, we're gonna need it here, views. And I guess we could also make a report folder. Not there, because we're gonna be modifying a report, so report folder. There you go. And in this init file for the module, just write this and the name of the models folder, and we save it. Then we go inside the models folder and we add another init file. And we're gonna modify the product template model so we can make a new file named product template.py. And on that init file, we just write this. And it's gonna be product template. And in this file, we're gonna add the radioactive field in the product template model. And we're gonna define the class product template. Colon and inherit. And we're gonna inherit from the product template. And we're gonna declare the radioactive field, and I'm just gonna name it is radioactive. And it's gonna be a checkbox, so we're gonna choose Boolean and just give it the name radioactive. That's what the user is gonna see. And then we're gonna save. And they just asset on the model, but it's not gonna display it on the front end. So for that, we're gonna add a file here. And we're just gonna name it product template form. And on the manifest, we need to add this new file to just write views and the name of this XML file, product template form.xml, save it. And here's where we're gonna add the code to add the radioactive field in the product template form. And we're gonna use the auto tag. The record tag. And for ID, we can just give it whatever name we want. So this name can be whatever we want. I just like to give it like a descriptive name. And from the model, we use here UI view. And then we close the tag. And then we give it a name. And this is gonna appear on the front end because we can look for views in the front end. And I just give it like a descriptive name because it helps. And we're gonna use the product template model, so we're gonna make another field for model. And then we're gonna use the inherit ID. And for that we need a value that we don't know. We have to like look for it in the front end. Inherit ID. So we're gonna inherit from this view, but we don't know the name, so we're gonna have to like look for it. And we're gonna go to inventory, product template. We're gonna pick this one. we're gonna click on this bug and edit view form, and this is the, so we're gonna add this field to this view. So to get the ID of this view, we need to click on this bug icon and click edit view form, and we need this external ID. So we're gonna copy this and just paste it on here. And then we're gonna close this. And the next field is gonna be arc. And we give it a type of XML. So we wanted to add our new radioactive field after this field, and this field is called detail type. And we're gonna use that name. And we're gonna use position after, meaning that we're gonna add our new field after detail type. And we're gonna close the field. And then we're gonna add our new field. And the name is right here. And we're gonna put it like right here. And let's stop the service, start it back up, and let's see if our new module appears on the list of apps so that we can install it to see if we have any errors. Alright. So I had the command to run the service like on this text file. Press enter. Go back to Edge and refresh it. go to apps, and click on update apps list. And this is the name of our module, so we're gonna look for it. And let's install the module to see if we're gonna get an error. So we didn't get an error, so that's good. And we're gonna go to the inventory product template view, and we're gonna pick a product, and we see our new field here, but it's just a field. It's not doing anything because we didn't add the logic to make the image appear. So it doesn't matter if the checkbox is checked. We could save it, and we could just print the diamond label, and we're not gonna see anything because we didn't add any logic, the logic that we need. Wow, Edge is really slow. I just click save. So that loading screen took forever, so I'm just gonna edit that out. So I was saying that this field doesn't do anything. We're gonna click print labels and choose diamond, confirm. And then we're gonna open the file, and it's not gonna have anything because there's no functionality. So to add the functionality, we can add it here and just add like a new file. Yeah, we could just call it whatever, my report, and it's gonna be an XML file. And then we're gonna add this. and we're gonna add the Odoo tag. And the template tag. And we need the ID, and we could just type whatever we want. I'm just gonna say custom product report simple label diamond. And we also need the inherit ID because we're gonna inherit from another template and add something. So we need inherit ID. And to get the name for the template, we can go to settings, technical, views, and just type diamond. And it's this one, I think. Yes, this one. And we put it right here. And then we're gonna use the xpath to like specify exactly where we want the image to be put on the product label. And this kind of gets a little bit more trickier. We use this attribute. So we're gonna put something here, but it's kind of like a little bit complicated. So we need to like look for this template in the code to try to get an idea to what exactly put. Yeah, we're looking for this report down on the product module. So we inherited from this template and we wanted to put it at the top before the name. So we're gonna start with this div. We basically have to put like a path to this is like the name, and we want to put the image like right here. So we could use the hasClass function to get this div. The hasClass function, you basically look for an element that has the class. Like we want a div element that has this class, so we're gonna use that. Right here. And then we're gonna use the hasClass. And use that class. And that means that we're gonna get this div right here. And then we want to get to this div, so we add another div. So we're right here. So we want to put it before this. So this is the first div and the second. So because it's the second, we're gonna use the one. Yeah, so 1, 2, 1, 2. This will be 0, and this will be 1. And we're gonna put it before that one, so we're gonna use position before. Close. So we're gonna add a span tag. And we're gonna add the conditional right there. So the thing about Qweb is that it can process attributes at runtime. So this means that we're gonna create a style, and we're gonna put an expression, and the result of that expression is gonna give style a certain value. So the HTML, the CSS property that can hide elements is display. So we're gonna use that. So we're gonna use display right here. And then we're gonna use a format string, and we're gonna use the Ruby style, which uses a hashtag or number sign. Like this. And then inside there, we're gonna add the conditional. And depending on the value of the conditional, that's the value that display is gonna have. So we're gonna give it a value of block, and the block value displays an element as a block element. It starts on a new line and it takes up the whole width. And then we're gonna use a if and product, which is just the current record, and the name of our new field, which is radioactive. So if this an underscore is radioactive. So if the checkbox is checked, there's gonna be a value of true, and we're gonna get display block. And if not, we're gonna use the none value, which does not display the image. If, then else, none. And let me check if I see any syntax errors. The block is missing a single quote. Okay. And I think a semicolon here. Yeah, and the closing. And here we're gonna add the image tag. That's where the image is gonna be. And then we're gonna give it a class of image. And we need the image inside our module. And we can just make a folder. And we need to name it static. And then we could name it source. And then inside that, we can name it image. And inside there, we can put the image. Be there. And for the source attribute, we need to give it the path. So it'll start with the name of the module. And then we add a static and source image. And this is radioactive, and is it a JPEG? Yeah. Radio JPEG. And we want the image small because the product label is pretty small, so we're just gonna give it a height and a width that's kind of small. And we could use 30 pixels and a width of 45 pixels. So I don't think I see any errors, so and we just have to make sure that that new file is on the manifest. Just add a comment. And I think that's pretty much everything. Static, yeah, I think we see the image right here, so yeah, I guess we could run it to see if it works. Just refresh the page. And go to apps and look for our app. and we need to upgrade the module. Let's hope we don't get any errors. Okay, go back to inventory, product templates, and let's pick on another product, drawer black, and then we're gonna check right here, save it, and click print labels, demo, and let's cross our fingers. There you go. We have a radioactive drawer. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a nice day.